Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care.
Veltoria was a world unlike any other, bathed in hues of cerulean and emerald. Towering flora swayed gently under a bountiful sky, while the calls of exotic creatures echoed through the air. The vibrant colors and sounds felt overwhelming to the untrained eye, but were merely the soundtrack of everyday life for the Veltorians, an advanced race accustomed to their lush surroundings. Yet for Alex, a human explorer marooned from his starship, everything was entirely foreign. He had crash-landed on this majestic planet after a freak meteor storm, leaving him stranded with no means of communication or escape. For the first time in his life, curiosity outweighed fear. As he stepped cautiously into a Veltorian settlement, his breath caught in his throat. The architecture was magnificent, glimmering structures crafted from iridescent materials, blending seamlessly with nature. "Human, you do not belong here," came a sharp voice, pulling Alex from his reverie. He turned to see a striking figure approaching him, Lyra. Her deep skin shimmered like the surfaces of the vibrant plants around them, while intricate tattoos danced across her elongated limbs, symbols of her status within her community. Her eyes, two swirling pools of wonder and suspicion, studied him intently. Alex stammered, unsure of how to respond. From his research, he had learned of the Veltorian culture, a society that valued unity and reverence toward their customs. Yet, faced with the reality of an angry alien, he fumbled for the right words. "Do you not speak?" Lyra pressed, crossing her arms. "Or do you merely represent the foolishness of your people?" "No, I mean yes. I speak," he blurted, realizing he was creating more chaos than he intended. Laughter spread from a small gathering of Veltorians nearby. Humiliation flushed his cheeks as Alex took a half-step back, instinctively reaching for the emergency communicator that he quickly remembered was lost in his ship's wreckage. The chuckles from the crowd felt like daggers as Lyra's demeanor shifted, her eyes narrowing. "Foolishness indeed, human," she mused. "This is a sacred place, and you have desecrated it." "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to," he began, but she waved a hand. "Silence. You do not understand the laws of Veltoria. Your actions hold meaning beyond your intentions." She shook her head, frustration radiating like heat from a star. "Can I at least explain? I just need help," he pleaded, hoping reason would prevail against his blunders. "But you do not know what laws bind you here," she argued, her posture relaxing just a little. "Perhaps you could be taught." And just like that, the tension shifted. Curiosity sparked in her eyes, the polar opposite of mistrust. With a mixture of uncertainty and hope, Alex took a step forward. "Then teach me," he said, his voice steadier now. "I want to learn." And as Lyra considered his request, the stage was set for an unexpected partnership that would challenge everything both a human and a Veltorian believed about their worlds. Lyra stared at Alex with a mixture of intrigue and skepticism. To her, the sight of a human, an oddity in itself, stirred a curiosity that was both thrilling and disconcerting. "You want to learn?" she questioned, her voice softening slightly. "Then perhaps I should start with what you've disrupted." The crowd around them parted, allowing Lyra to lead Alex through the lush village, painted with vibrant hues of color that were alive with energy. As they walked, she began to share the wisdom of her culture, their customs, the sacredness of space, and most importantly, their laws on mating. "The rite of binding is essential for us," she explained, her violet eyes twinkling with an educational fervor. "Mating is not merely physical. It is an intricate bond, both emotional and spiritual. When two beings mate, they weave their essences together. To do so outside of these laws is unthinkable." Alex listened intently, his curiosity piqued. "So this binding is like—" "Not just like. It is a legal contract," she interrupted, her tone serious. "Without it, the union holds no weight. Moreover, those who bypass this cannot reproduce and are shunned from their peers." Her words hung in the air, heavy with cultural significance. Alex scratched the back of his neck, feeling both fascinated and a bit overwhelmed. "I've never heard of anything like that," he admitted, glancing around at the villagers who had returned to their daily tasks, discreetly watching the peculiar human among them. Lyra paused, casting a cautious glance over her shoulder, as if the very mention of their customs had summoned lingering eyes. "Would you like to witness the rite?" she asked suddenly, a spark of excitement lighting her features. "Witness? You mean like a show? Is it a—" "No, it is not mere entertainment," she asserted, her voice firm yet slightly amused. "It is a sacred event, and only those who are bound may participate. Still, it would be an honor for me to share this with you." As they reached the village square, a gathering was underway. Colorful banners fluttered in the wind, and the air was thick with aromatic spices and enticing sounds. The Volturians prepared for the upcoming rite, laughter mingling with the beats of rhythmic drumming. "Here it is," Lyra said, sweeping her arm toward the festivities, her expression proud. "Our community at its finest. We celebrate love, union, and the future of our kind. Would you like to see how we connect?" "Sure," Alex replied, unable to contain his enthusiasm. "Good. Keep observing," she instructed, her voice more animated now, as she engaged him in conversations. Observing the details, dancing, weaving, and sharing stories, ignited something in Alex. He was eager to learn and understand this world, and beneath the warmth of the sun, his excitement bubbled. Yet, as the rituals commenced, Alex began to realize the gravity of what he was witnessing. Volturians moved with elegant grace, their bodies swaying as they danced in unison. A couple in the center became the focal point, adorned in elaborate garments that shimmered like stars. The entire village assembled, their energies converging in a celebration that felt almost cosmic. "Alex, maintain your focus," Lyra suddenly advised, her eyes darting towards him. "Understand, this is a true bond they are forming." But Alex's gaze was fixed on the couple, their moment of connection drawing him in. He felt an unexpected wave of longing burrow deep within him, a desire to experience what they shared, both the spiritual and physical connection. It was intoxicating. In the midst of the revelry, an elder approached the couple, pronouncing words that resonated through the air like a warm breeze. "Let this union be blessed, and may their essence intertwine in harmony. Here, we acknowledge their bond, simple yet profound." A rush of emotions flooded Alex as he claimed to grasp the depth of their customs, both beautiful and intricate. If he could only learn more about their ways, perhaps he could find a sense of belonging on this alien world that felt so daunting yet inviting. Suddenly, confusion struck him as he realized one critical element, the physical aspect of mating. He turned back to Lyra, his brows furrowed. Is there something more that comes with the binding?" Lyra blushed, a light exhale escaping her lips as she met his gaze. "Yes, but it is not for all to understand. It is sacred and shared between beings who choose to accept one another wholly." Alex felt a thrill run down his spine at her words, sensing something deeper stirring within him. Could he really explore this connection? Could he delve into a world of which he had only ever imagined? "Teach me more," he urged softly, his voice filled with sincerity. "I want to know everything." With a knowing smile, Lyra moved slightly closer. "Then you must abide by our ways. To learn, you must be open, human. There may be paths we explore that you have yet to fathom." And as the music resonated around them, Alex felt the pull of an adventure unlike any he had encountered before, one that went beyond the confines of mere exploration. It was the beginning of a bridge between worlds, and he was ready to take that leap. As the celebrations ebbed away into the soft glow of twilight, Alex found himself captivated by the lingering sense of spices wafting through the air, the din of laughter slowly fading into whispers. Lyra led him away from the lingering festivities and deeper into the Volturian village, where the mood shifted from one of celebration to reverence. "Tonight, we will prepare for the binding ceremony," she stated, her voice low and almost solemn. "It is a significant event, one marked by tradition and sacred rites." "What does the preparation entail?" Alex asked, both excited and anxious. "Much," she replied, glancing over her shoulder to see if he followed. "We must gather the materials, the offerings for the rites, and I will teach you about what is to come." They walked towards a large, open pavilion adorned with intricate tapestries depicting their history. Volturian artisans had woven symbols of the moon, stars, and their land, tales of love and connection embedded within the very fabric he admired. "First, we collect the ceremonial flowers," Lyra said, gesturing towards a cluster of vibrant blossoms nearby, their colors radiating with an ethereal glow. "These symbolize fidelity and are essential to the ceremony." Alex knelt beside her and began plucking the delicate flowers, their sweet fragrance enveloping him in warmth. As he worked alongside Lyra, he couldn't help but admire her grace and dedication. She moved with purpose, her touch elegant as she explained each flower's significance and their customs. "What about the actual binding?" Alex asked hesitantly as he gathered a bouquet. "How does that work?" Lyra paused for a moment, her eyes meeting his with a seriousness that sent shivers down his spine. "The binding is not a mere contract of flesh. When two beings partake, they share not just their bodies, but their essences. It is a union that transcends the physical." She took a breath, her expression softening. "In essence, you become part of one another." Each word she spoke sank deeper into him, resonating with a different kind of truth. He felt a mix of excitement and apprehension wash over him. The idea of forming such a bond with Lyra, an alien, sent spikes of exhilaration through him, tempered by the weight of the commitment. "Do you really want this?" she queried, her gaze intense and searching. "You must understand, if we partake, there is no turning back. It is a union that binds us together for life." Alex opened his mouth to respond, but the weight of the situation hung heavily in the air. He thought of his life back on Earth and how drastically different it had become in just a short time. Yet, a small voice inside him urged him to leap into the unknown. "If this bond could give me a purpose here, then yes, I want to understand you, to share this experience." "Then we will prepare," Lyra said, a fleeting smile gracing her lips. "But first, we must seek the offerings from the Whispering Groves." They made their way to the grove, a mystical area where trees towered above like ancient sentinels, their branches weaving together in intricate patterns. Here, the air felt charged, and a gentle hum resonated in Alex's ears. It was mesmerizing. Lyra moved with intention, her fingers grazing the bark of a tree adorned with luminescent fruits. These fruits are essential for the ceremony. Each represents a blessing we will ask for as we bind. She picked one, the surface warm to the touch, and handed it to Alex. He examined it closely, round, speckled with colors ranging from deep gold to crimson. "What do I do with this?" "Simply hold it, feel its warmth. Let it guide you," Lyra instructed, her tone soothing as they continued to gather more fruits and flowers, their baskets filling with vibrant offerings. As the hour approached, they returned to the village, now buzzing in preparation for the ceremony. Villagers adorned in ceremonial garb moved quickly about, their laughter delighting the air, but beneath the surface, a hum of anticipation crackled. It was an energy that gripped Alex, clutching at his heart with the weight of countless expectations. Soon, Lyra and Alex stood at the heart of the square, where altars adorned with flowers and fruits awaited their offerings. The air was thick with a mixture of excitement and solemnity as the villagers gathered, their expressions a blend of joy and reverence. "Come forth, Lyra," an elder called, her voice ringing like a bell. The crowd hushed, eyes now on them. Lyra took a deep breath, confidence radiating from her as she stepped forward. "Tonight, we honor the rite of binding," Lyra announced, her words echoing through the silent crowd. "Today, I share this experience with one who comes from a world unknown to our own." She gestured to Alex, who stood slightly behind her, feeling as if the very essence of existence was staring at him. He felt an unexpected rush of warmth flow through him as he stepped beside her, anchoring both her words and their connection. Lyra handed him the luminescent fruit, and together, they placed it at the altar. "May this bond be blessed," Lyra prompted, her voice steady as she lifted her hands toward the sky. "To understand one another, to share and endure, to create a lineage of togetherness." Alex mirrored her actions, moving closer as the crowd began to hum. The vibrations filled the air, twining with their energy, making his heart race. In that moment of unity, they both felt it, the unmistakable connection that began to spark between them, transcending the bounds of their cultures. As the atmosphere thickened, the air filled with a warmth that heightened his senses. The distinct sound of drumming filled his ears while the crowd encircled them. Lyra's gaze locked onto his, and he felt a pulse, a rhythm not just in the air, but within his very core. "Are you ready?" she asked, an enigmatic smile playing on her lips. "Yes," he breathed, his heart pounding in anticipation. Lyra leaned in closer, and as she brushed her lips against his, Alex felt the world fall away, leaving just the two of them suspended in time, their connection magnified, pulsing like the heartbeat of the universe. As they moved closer together, the boundaries that separated them melted away, merging human and alien in a cosmic dance of unity. As the gentle hum of anticipation resonated around them, Lyra and Alex found themselves at the heart of a moment that felt both surreal and grounding. The air buzzed with the energy of the gathering crowd, encapsulating them in a cocoon of shared experience. Alex could hardly believe he stood before the Veltorian villagers, about to embark on a journey that would bind him to Lyra in ways he had never imagined possible. With a final glance shared between them, Lyra turned to the elder who presided over the ritual. Her posture straightened as the crowd fell to a respectful hush. "We stand here tonight to honor the life we choose to share, to intertwine our essences, and to celebrate the very fabric of our beings." The elder nodded, a smile on her face. "Let the rite of binding commence." As Lyra leaned closer, her soft breath brushed against him, sending a shiver of excitement through Alex. The villagers began a rhythmic chant, their voices weaving together in a harmonious symphony that transcended language. They brought forth offerings of flowers and fruits, each one bursting with color, laid at the altar before them with ceremonial reverence. "Now, the time has come," Lyra whispered, her voice a melodic thread weaving through the night. "We must partake in the ritual dance." "Dance," Alex echoed, his heart racing at the thought. "What do I need to do?" Lyra grinned, mischief glimmering in her violet eyes. "Follow my lead, human." Before he could respond, she caught his hand and spun him into the vibrant display of colors encircling them. Veltorian music enveloped him, rhythmic drums resonating with primal energy, accompanied by sweet, high-pitched flutes that danced through the air like laughter. He surrendered to the moment, moving with Lyra, matching her grace step for step. The dance was mesmerizing, filled with intricate footwork and flowing movements meant to symbolize the joining of two souls. The crowd flowed around them like a wave, encouraging their union as they followed the ebb and flow of the celebration. With every step taken, Alex felt his hesitation slip away, replaced by an exhilarating sense of freedom. As the circular dance continued, Lyra and Alex drew closer, their bodies instinctively gravitating toward one another. With each eye catch and shared smile, the connection between them deepened, grounding him amidst the glorious chaos. Lyra pointed toward the sky. Above them, the moon shone radiantly, casting a silver glow over the village. "Behold the twin moons. They witness our union," she called, her voice carrying over the music like a beacon. "May their light guide our binding." As they twirled under the celestial gaze, Alex caught sight of the approving smiles from the Veltorian villagers, their eyes twinkling with delight as they supported the formation of this otherworldly bond. Each string of laughter and encouragement electrified the air, wrapping around him like a warm embrace. The rhythm of the flutes quickened as Lyra pulled him closer, their bodies merging like tides rolling into the shore. She leaned in, her voice low and intoxicating. "Now, prepare for the culmination of our unity," she whispered, the weight of her words settling in his heart. The circle began to tighten as the chorus of voices rose, intertwining melodies blossoming into a kaleidoscope of sound. Alex felt the vibrations in the core of his being, and as Lyra's eyes locked onto his, he instinctively knew that this moment was unlike any other. Lyra signaled, her movements turning directly toward him, a mingling of anticipation and truth. The gathering fell silent, watching in rapt attention as she beckoned him closer. "Now we shall share the final rite." "Final," Alex echoed, breathless, but he felt drawn into her orbit, under the magnetic force of their connection. Yes, she affirmed, her gaze unwavering and strong. To complete the binding, we must surrender to each other fully. As she spoke, a deep, primal energy radiated between them, an ancient wisdom rooted within the very heart of the ceremony. We will weave our essences, merging who we are, two beings becoming one, she stated with conviction. With a nod, he understood the weight of this act, the gravity of the moment that would change everything. The world around him faded as he focused solely on Lyra, their connection sparking like electricity. She drew him closer until the space between them felt electric, alive with anticipation. "Hold my hands, Alex," she urged, her tone soft yet commanding. As he grasped her hands, delicate and strong, they felt warm and inviting. He could feel the energy swirling between them, pulsing like a heartbeat. "Together," she whispered, watching him intently. "Together," he echoed. In unison, they took a step closer, and as they leaned in, sensation overwhelmed him. The warmth of her skin, the depth of her gaze, the shared heartbeat thrumming between them. As their lips met, a surge of energy coursed through his veins, a soft, euphoric hum that echoed deep within. They cradled one another in that shared moment, the world fading as their essences intertwined with a richness he could hardly comprehend. Alex felt the swimming energy wrap around them like a cocoon, warm and enveloping, an intricate tapestry of their souls. The villagers erupted into harmonious chants, their voices rising in celebration as the light from the twin moons intensified, bathing the ceremony in a kaleidoscope of silver and gold. The air shimmered with an aura of pure power, imbued with love and connection. In that space where time stood still, Alex lost himself fully in Lyra, feeling her essence fuse into his own. Everything he had known and held before vanished, leaving only their shared heartbeat echoing across the cosmos. As the connection solidified, he realized what had awakened within him, a desire to forge a new path, one that transcended galaxies and cultures. The vibrations began to slow, the world gradually coming back into focus. An explosion of cheers erupted from the villagers as they witnessed their union, a moment sealed in the annals of history, a tale that would be sung of for generations. As they stood intertwined, Alex looked deep into Lyra's mesmerizing eyes, his heart swelling with intoxicating warmth. "We did it," he whispered. "We are bound," Lyra confirmed, her voice soft, but in their union, they both understood it went far beyond mere words. In that moment, both human and alien felt themselves transforming, no longer separate, but an embodiment of a new beginning, a telling of one journey that would forever intertwine. As the last echoes of the joyous chants faded into the night, Alex found himself standing next to Lyra in the center of the village square, still reeling from the intensity of the binding ceremony. The soft glow of the twin moons above illuminated their intertwined figures, casting a dazzling halo that felt almost otherworldly. Overwhelmed by the experience, he glanced around at the gathered villagers, who were now giving them space, their expressions still brimming with joy and warmth. But beneath that happiness was a current of tension that crackled in the air, an unspoken understanding that the ceremony bound him not just to Lyra, but to her people, her customs, and a path he had never anticipated. "Alex," Lyra said, breaking through his reverie. Her voice was laced with a slight tremor, a combination of excitement and apprehension. "This bond goes beyond what we have shared. You must understand the weight of the commitment." The words hung heavy in the air, wrapping around them like a thick fog. He felt the weight of her gaze searching his, trying to grasp the implications of the merging they had just sealed. "I know," he replied honestly. "I want to embrace your world, Lyra. I truly do." "Then you must prepare," she said, her intensity returning. "The binding creates expectations. Our people will look to you, and it is not merely a casual affair. You are part of my life now." Alex nodded, envisioning the scope of what this meant. It was exhilarating to forsake all he once knew and embrace the unknown, yet the flip side of that coin loomed ominously before him. "What kind of expectations?" he asked, curiosity twined with unease. "Reputation, to uphold our values, to participate in our ceremonies, and to follow the customs of our people," she explained. "There are rights that come with binding, shared responsibilities, obligations, and the need to learn our ways. A mixture of anticipation and dread stirred within him. The reality of his actions settled like a weight upon his shoulders. "I want to meet those expectations," he said, his voice steady. "But I need you to help me understand." With a soft smile, Lyra took a step closer, placing a firm yet gentle hand on his arm. "That is why we will begin your education tomorrow. But for now, let's celebrate our union." The villagers erupted into joyful cheers again, and soon food, laughter, and drinks flowed freely as they began the post-ceremony festivities. As Lyra pulled him toward the communal tables laden with a dazzling spread of Veltorian delicacies, Alex saw familiar warmth radiating from her companions. He was welcomed not just as a novelty, but as a member of their family. The dishes were vibrant, filled with colorful fruits and vegetables he had never before tasted. As Alex savored the unusual flavors, he felt tension gradually ease from his shoulders, replaced by joy. The laughter shared around the tables, the communal spirit, all wrapped around him like a cozy blanket. As the evening wore on, Alex found himself deep in conversation with the villagers, sharing stories of Earth and his background, while they reciprocated with tales of their histories. Yet, he could sense an undercurrent of scrutiny simmering around him. Some eyes watched him closely, assessing how well he would adapt to their ways. Hours passed, and with each shared story, he felt the distance between worlds diminish. But then, amidst the laughter and camaraderie, he caught murmurs from a group nearby. Words exchanged in hushed tones, glances shot his way. Curiosity mixed with a hint of skepticism. "I wonder how they expect him to mimic the customs," one villager said. "A human attempting to understand the rite of binding? Can he truly adapt?" Alex's heart sank. The weight of being judged, the very thing Lyra had warned him about, began to seep into his consciousness. He was an outsider, after all. As much as he craved acceptance, he knew that ingraining himself into Veltorian culture would not be without challenges. "Don't pay them any mind," Lyra said, noticing his discomfort. She leaned close, her voice a gentle, calming balm. "They will learn to embrace you, but it takes time. Trust is earned, and you've already taken a significant step by joining us in the binding." "But will they truly accept me?" he questioned, his vulnerability exposed. "What if I can't live up to what they expect?" "You will," Lyra replied fervently, her confidence infectious. She squeezed his hand, comfort radiating from her touch. "Our union has already bridged that gap. You are part of me, and through me, they will come to understand." With those words, camaraderie returned, and laughter echoed once more. Eventually, Alex drifted into the uplifting spirit of the evening, compelled by Lyra's unwavering support. Yet, in the back of his mind, the specter of doubt lingered. Could he truly buy a part of this vibrant world, or would he remain an outsider in their eyes? As the night drew on, fatigue settled in, both from the whirlwind of the day and the emotional journey he'd experienced. Lyra led him away from the festivities, toward a secluded spot under the cosmos, where stars twinkled like scattered diamonds, each one seemingly whispering secrets of the universe. "Alex, as we take this journey together, we will forge our own path," she began. "You will need to embrace our customs, and in turn, we will create a blend of our cultures." He nodded, inspired by her words. Perhaps he could indeed find his own place, forge a unique rhythm that blended both their worlds. "But promise me this," Lyra continued, her expression growing serious. "When you face challenges, do not shy away from your roots. You are human. Embrace that. We will navigate this dance together." Alex felt warmth envelop his chest, her sincerity igniting a flicker of hope within him. "I promise, Lyra, whatever challenges we face, we will face them together." Under the gaze of cosmic wonders and the first hints of dawn, he knew their journey had only just begun. Bound by the intricate tapestry of life, they watched as the night turned to day, the first steps into a life intertwined, standing at the crossroads of two worlds, ready to explore the unknown. As dawn broke over Veltoria, casting a golden hue across the land, Alex awoke to find himself enveloped in a sense of peace. The events of the previous night replayed in his mind like a beautiful melody, the joy of the binding ceremony, the thrill of connecting with Lyra, and the warmth of community that embraced him. Yet, an undercurrent of responsibility simmered within him, reminding him of the expectations that now surrounded his life. He looked over at Lyra, still sleeping beside him, her features softened in the morning light. Upon their union, he had gained more than companionship. He had inherited a cultural legacy rich in tradition and obligation. Beneath it all, he felt a sense of belonging that he had longed for. As she stirred, Lyra opened her eyes and smiled at him. "Good morning, human. Are you ready for the day?" "Ready as I'll ever be," he replied with a grin. "What's on the agenda?" "With our union sealed, we must begin your cultural immersion," she explained, sitting up and extending her arms toward the rising sun. "Today, we shall visit the Temple of Unity, where we will offer our intentions for our shared future." Intrigued, Alex felt the excitement simmering within him again. "What do I need to do?" "Come," Lyra beckoned, rising gracefully to her feet before helping him up. "Let this journey unfold. Today, you become more than an outsider. You forge bonds that will define our path together." As they walked through the village, Alex felt the eyes of the Veltorians upon him again. But this time, it was different. Faces that once held skepticism softened with acceptance. He caught snippets of conversations around him, spoken in their melodic language, but the tone had shifted to one of curiosity rather than scrutiny. Upon reaching the Temple of Unity, they entered a breathtaking structure adorned with luminescent crystals that sparkled like stars, bathing the chamber in ethereal light. As they approached the altar, adorned with offerings from the community, Alex marveled at the intricate carvings lining the walls, depicting the rich history of Veltoria. "Here, we will lay our intentions," Lyra explained, her voice echoing in the sacred space. "You must express your promise for our future." Alex took a moment, his heart racing as he considered the weight of his words. He looked at Lyra, and in that moment, he understood what this meant. It was not just about him. This was about them. "I promise to honor our bond," he began, his voice steady. "To learn, to adapt, and to embrace your culture. I vow to stand by you through challenges, to uplift and support not just you but the community that has accepted me." As he spoke, the air around them shimmered with energy, and Lyra looked to him with a deep sense of pride in her eyes. "And I," she responded, her voice a beautiful psalm, "promise to guide you, to share my world with you, and to nurture this bond as we navigate the realm of existence together." When they had finished, the atmosphere around them felt alive. It pulsed with potential, resonating through the temple walls. After their offerings were placed, the elder who had officiated their union appeared, a knowing smile gracing her face. "Your intentions shall guide you," she said, her voice soothing. "Remember, the power of unity lies within shared love, trust, and respect." With a newfound sense of purpose, Alex and Lyra left the temple hand in hand, stepping back into the embrace of the village. He realized that with each bound step they took together, the journey would be filled with laughter, challenges, exploration, and growth. Later, as the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a kaleidoscope of colors across the sky, Alex stood with Lyra in a quiet corner of the village. "You know," he observed, "our union transcends just the two of us. It's a blend of cultures, a bridge connecting two worlds." Lyra nodded, her eyes reflecting the depths of the sky. "Yes, the path ahead may be challenging, but it is filled with the potential of incredible stories." With the stars beginning to twinkle overhead, Alex smiled. "I never imagined I'd find a purpose here, nor a partner like you. Together, we can forge our own story, create something new." "Indeed," Lyra replied, running her fingers over the luminescent flowers adorning her hair. "Every day brings a new adventure, a new chapter waiting to be written. Together, we will build something beautiful, a testament to love that defies boundaries." And as they stood together, gazing at the expansive universe above them, the stars whispered their secrets, each one a reminder of the journey ahead. Their bond had transformed them, entwining their fates as they embraced the unknown, ready to explore the depths of love, culture, and the mysteries of existence together. Their story was just beginning, and as they stargazed under the infinite array of possibilities, Alex felt a surge of confidence. He was no longer merely a human lost among the stars. He was a partner, a learner, and one half of a bond that would navigate both worlds, carving out a destiny uniquely woven between